Hey guys, I'm just going to do a couple of these order of operations questions with positive and negative integers that were in one of your math drills worksheets that I made for you guys. So I just want to make sure that we're okay for what to do here. So you're supposed to be following bed maths, which you should all know by now. And don't forget that multiplication and division are interchangeable, and so are addition and subtraction. Okay, so I'm going to start with this question right here. So you have to make sure, while we do see some brackets here, there's nothing that we can reduce in the brackets. As opposed to if you look at the other question over here, I have like an outer bracket and I can reduce numbers inside that. So we're going to just, for this one, there's nothing to do with brackets. So we're okay for brackets. The next thing is exponents. I don't have any exponents either. The next thing is multiplication and division. So I have -4 times +5 here. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. So if I do a negative times a positive, that part of my answer is a negative. So -4 times +5 is -20. Sorry, I'll just get this out of here for you guys. And then I still rewrite the rest of the question. So I just do that line and then I write plus -6. So if it's easier for you when they're in brackets, then you can write it like this. So I have -20 plus -6. So now I have two numbers left that are the same sign. So for your rules for addition and subtraction, if they're the same sign, you just add them up and you keep the sign. So I just do 20 plus 6 is 26. And they were negative, so my answer is negative. Okay, so for that one, that's it. We're done. Now we'll do number 2 over here on the right. So I'm going to do this one that says 4 divided by, and then it has a bracket, 5 plus, and another bracket, -7, close bracket. So because there's this outer bracket, like I was saying, that's what we're talking about in bad math when it's asking me if there's a bracket. Like I can't reduce anything inside this really small bracket. The -7 is just one number in there. So I don't. You could take it off if you want to, since you're just going to do 5 plus -7, but it's just there to stay around that number. There's nothing to reduce in there. Okay, but within this bracket, we have to reduce it before we do the 4 divided by. Okay, so here you do, I'm going to bring my 4 down and just keep it there. 4 divided by, because we're not using it yet. You do 5 plus -7. So now, again, for your rules for addition, they're opposite signs. So when they're opposite signs, you do 7 minus 5, which is 2. And then you look which number was a bigger number. So the absolute value, even though -7 is colder or smaller than +5, out of these two numbers, 7 is a bigger number. So it'll have more of an impact away from 0 on the number line. So now you have 4 divided by -2. Okay, so we solved that whole bracket. You can keep a bracket around this to remind you that that's a negative sign, not a minus, if you want to. So you have +4 divided by -2. So for your rules for dividing with negative numbers, a positive divided by a negative is a negative. So you do 4 divided by 2 is 2, and positive divided by negative is negative. So it's -2. Okay, so I'll stop this one so that the videos are not too long, and then I'll do another video with the next 2 questions.